What's going on, everyone? This is episode one of 10-Minute Touch Warmup, a series we're starting this week ahead of the NCAA National Championship. And this is the On the Floor Live and Core podcast. I am Core, that's Liv. And we also have another Olivia on the pod today. Everyone, welcome Olivia Trautman from the University of Oklahoma. Olivia, thank you for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Heck yeah. Okay, you guys, here's the deal. I told you 10-minute touch warm up. So I have my stopwatch ready to go. I'm about to start a clock for 10 minutes, and we have 10 minutes to ask, and Olivia's going to answer any question that we might have in 10 minutes before that first routine. Figurative, right? Because 4-minute touch warm up, but this is 10 because we talk a lot. All right, are you guys ready? Here
All right,
we
do it.
go. Okay, Olivia. From national champion to director of operations of University of Oklahoma Gymnastics. How did we get here? What was that moment when KJ asked you to come on the team in this role, in this new role for the 2025 season?
Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing. KJ approached me early in the fall and was like, "Oh, we're gonna need you. I trust you. You've been around the program for so long. Like you've seen how it works. Last year I was a student coach, so I got to see more of the behind the scenes stuff than I did as an athlete, of course. And so I was like, yes, I would love to. Like I would love the opportunity. My goal is to be a coach, so this is like a perfect lineup for me to like learn the logistics and how everything runs, but like behind the team, you would say. And so when she asked me, I was super excited. She was like, it's gonna be a lot, but like I know you're gonna be prepared, you're gonna be ready. You've seen what we do. And so I was like, okay, great. I started learning right away. And then as season started rolling, I started doing different things slowly. And now we're at the final stretch and I'm doing it all on my own. So it's been a really good opportunity, a lot of learning, a lot of things that I didn't know how to execute, but now I do know. And so it's been really cool to like be in that perspective and have that trust by her and the entire coaching staff and work really closely with her.
It's so cool. I have
What
one
would you
question.
say?
Oh, wait, no, Olivia, I need to take this
Oh,
one because I was thinking about this one this morning.
oh,
I have to ask, is part of your role as the director of operations filming content for KJ's Instagram?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
it
just
is.
had to know because honestly, I don't care who posts it. I don't care how it's happening, but your videos are flawless and you're capturing some crazy, amazing moments in the
Thank you.
behind the scenes. And Olivia Harris and I love a good behind the scenes. So
Yeah, she asked me to do that like right away. She was like, I need to build my Instagram game. And I was like, I got you, girl.
yeah, well, she's
Oh,
crushing it. We're
yeah.
loving the KJ Kindler Instagram game. So I don't care how it's happening, but it's happening.
Oh, that's
Okay,
funny.
Liv, you go.
what would you say has been the hardest part of transitioning? You've kind of done a couple transitions. So transitioning from athlete to student coach, then student coach to director of ops, because a lot of student athletes say that's a little bit of a struggle going from being a student athlete to out of college. So what would you say has been the hardest part, and then maybe something that gymnastics helped set you up for success with?
Yeah, so I would say obviously transitioning from being an athlete to anything like outside of it, whether you're staying in the community of like gymnastics or athletics or going into like the real world is always going to be an adjustment just because like we've been in the gym basically our whole entire life. But for me, like what helped me transition from being an athlete to a student coach was honestly my fifth year. I like the injury that I had and having like what I was supposed to be medically retired like right in before season was starting like kind of gave me a new perspective to this sport that I love. And basically, when it gets taken away from you so fast, like you learn so much about yourself and you learn how strong you are. But then to go ahead and be able to like compete that year, it was kind of like the icing on top where I wasn't so much sad. I was just like, I'm so thankful to be able to do it one more year. And just being on the sidelines a couple times throughout my career, it kind of like helped me see a different perspective of gymnastics. And that's like what caught my interest of wanting to be a coach was because like of the impact that you can have on an athlete. And so I would say that transition was it was different because obviously I'm used to competing at the meets. I'm used to like doing different things, but I also love like the recruiting aspect and different things. So like I wanted to help in different ways and give back to the program that obviously made my dreams come true. And so that was a smooth transition from there. And then moving into the director of ops role, obviously it's way different. Like I'm not in the gym like nearly as much. I go in here and there, but I'm working a lot with the staff on like what KJ needs or what we need, what the girls need, because the girls and like their well-being is at the forefront of our brains because we want them to be at their best. And so what we do on the back end is really important. But every year has taught me something so different. And it's just building blocks, I guess, on top of one another that's led me to where I am today.
What kind of perspective has this director of operations role given you in terms of when you were a student athlete and all of the staff that was supporting everything that you guys were doing? And Olivia, like you guys had that too at Michigan, like all of the behind the scenes work that goes into making sure you can have a meal, you can have a massage, you can all of the things to help your well-being in your words. What kind of perspective has that given you?
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, as an athlete, like you don't really realize like what people are doing for you. It's just like there. Like you walk in after practice, your meal's right there. Like you have a massage every day, you stick to your normal routine, but like really behind the scenes, it's like you're talking to like 10 people at the same time to make sure like the timing is exactly right. They're eating enough, they're drinking enough, they're seeing whoever they need to see with, the trainers. Like we're trying to set them up for success in the best way that we can. So we take on like that responsibility on our end to make sure it goes as smoothly as we can. But as an athlete, you don't really see it. Like you don't really realize until like you're actually like in it and see it and you're like, whoa, there's a lot of things that go around and there's a big village that works just for these little girls. Yeah, it's crazy.
Awesome.
There a lot of times when you're competing, you'll not realize the impact of what it is to be at a national championship. You know, you were very fortunate that you were able to go to a national championship numerous times. I only went twice in my career. What is something that you could tell student athletes who have never been to a national championship before? Like, what is it like to experience it for the first time, if you remember? And then maybe even the last time for some seniors, like, what does it mean to go out of your career leaving from nationals?
I mean, so my freshman year, we won, and that was like a feeling unlike any other. Like it was so new. Like every meet we went to, like it was so new, new environments, like new, like everywhere we went was so new. So I would say like the feeling when you're first there is like there's no words to describe it, and especially like to win like how we did, I was like, this is insane. Like all my dreams came true. Like and it's just like a feeling you can't describe to anybody, but it's an amazing one and like it's a feeling where you feel like all your hard work has paid off. Obviously as a college athlete, we all have goals of making it to the national championship and only a couple teams can make it there. So I am really thankful that I had the opportunity to go there and be a part of that. Like I said, it's taught me a lot. And then going and winning my last year and just like being in the national championship, it's kind of like the icing on top. Like your whole, like, yes, your hard work is paid off through like your college career, but also like your entire life. Like it's kind of like, this is it. This is the end. You get to represent your school one more time and like leave the legacy that you want to leave. It's bittersweet, just to soak it all up and enjoy it, I guess.
I love it. Hey guys, 2.5 minutes. So I have two last questions. One is a question we're going to ask to every staff member that we're talking to this week. But one question I want to ask is I think you guys obviously hopped into the SEC this year. So what's been the vibe like for Oklahoma going up against top 15 matchups week in and week out, and in comparison to what it was like in the Big 12?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. All the teams that we go against are really good, as you know. But also like going into these environments where the stands are like packed and like the energy is like top. It's been like an amazing experience for our team, to put ourselves in those big pressure moments and we just like learn as we go. But just to be in that competitive atmosphere and like get a little taste of what it's going to be like at the national championship. We get to compete against these teams and a lot of the girls, they're friends with a lot of the same girls that are on different SEC teams. So it's good to see like have that like gymnastics community and like be around great gymnastics all together. But it's been a really good transition. It's taught us to like raise the bar, keep like building up to our standard, and just expect the best out of yourself at weekend and week out, pretty much.
I mean, it just means more in the SEC,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Okay, Liv, take us home with that last final question.
Okay, so
gymnastics is in the spotlight of growth, and it's so exciting having been through it myself. I can tell, obviously, you want to stay in it. Corey didn't necessarily put a leotard on, even though we'd all love to see that, but he's inserted himself in a growth perspective. What would you say? What would you tell a fan who is trying to become a gymnastics fan but doesn't really know much about gymnastics? What would you tell them that would entice them to become an NCAA gymnastics fan to grow the sport?
Honestly, to me, I feel like once you come to one gymnastics competition, you're never gonna stop going. I mean, a lot of fans, like, they come to a meet, they don't really know what to expect. They're only like an hour and a half long to 2 hours, so it's quick. And you go there, and then you're like, you're kind of amazed and you're in awe, and there's a good energy, good everything. So to me, I feel like getting your butt in the seat, I guess, and going to it for the first time is a good thing. Like you said, it is growing the TV, everything. We're getting produced on national levels, so that's huge for our sport. But I would just say like follow along the best that you can, come to any meet, whatever it is, and enjoy it and just soak it up and come back.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we crushed that.
Wow.
You
We
killed it.
crushed that. We just hit 10 minutes.
Honestly, it makes sense that we did that in 10 minutes on the dot with the 10 queen, Olivia Trautman.
Correct.
Thank you.
And then obviously we had so many more things we wanted to talk to you about. Like we were like talking earlier, we're like, she's an individual champion. Let's like, I have a feeling she probably won't even mention it. Like, and I think that's how I want to close this out. Like, you know, we watch from afar. Oklahoma does intense, incredible, precise, strong, and also beautiful gymnastics. And I feel very honored to live in a time where we get to watch Oklahoma gymnastics be what it is right now. And Olivia, you were a part of some unbelievable teams, and I know that you probably feel that every single day. But something that I have really captured and been enjoying capturing since I got to see you guys at regionals last week, the personality of your team is just amazing. It's electric. It's something that like I can vibe with. It's so fun. I was watching in the corrals. It's exciting. And I have no doubt about it. Like, although we see this intensity and the intensity is true because that's how you produce great gymnastics with that program. I love watching the personality and the energy. And Audrey was talking about dancing and Faith was just giggling the whole entire press conference. And Jordan was like, we have a blast. I don't know about you guys, but we're having a good time. So it's just so fun to like get to see that side of this, and we appreciate you sharing everything you shared today. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Heck yeah. Well, that is our first episode of 10-Minute Touch Warm Up, and this was Olivia Trautman from the University of Oklahoma in her Director of Operations role. We're so excited for you, and we cannot wait to see you this week in Fort Worth. Good luck. Travel well. Hope everything goes smoothly on your end. Like,
Thank you.
my
Thank you. I
goodness,
appreciate it.
meals and
Right
massages
there.
and buses and all the things. So we'll see you there. But all right, with that, we'll see you guys later. Another episode on the dock coming up next.